Hello everyone, it is lovely to see you all. We are your new hosts of the PropDog live show. Liam, what will we be talking about today?
Well, it's been a fantastic week this week. We've got some great things for you. We've got Deep Clear to get going. Some absolutely fantastic stuff to talk about. Loads of other things as well.
Hey! Guys! I go to the toilet for 5 minutes, come back and you're hijacking our show.
Mate, they told us you'd gone to the hairdressers.
Get out of here!
They did.
Sorry,
Get out
sorry.
of here!
Sorry,
This is
guys.
my show!
Sorry, boss.
Sorry.
This is my show! What's going on? Well, hello, good afternoon and welcome to what has become no more, no less than a weekly gathering of friends here in the PropDog Magic Shop. How did that sound? Sound good? Been practicing that for about half an hour. Right, well, hello everyone, and now we've got rid of those rogues. Welcome to the live video. So this week is just me and Dean, unfortunately. Jason is away on holiday, so it's been another crazy week. I mean, if you saw last week, Dean was away and Jason was here. The week before, Mila was away, and it's just been chaos and hectic. But next week is back to normal. Oh no, it's not. I'm at Magic Live next week, so next week I'm not here. And in fact, if you're gigging, you're going to be rushing back to get back on Friday for a gig yourself, aren't you? Yes. So Dean will hopefully be here with Jason next week. If for any reason Dean doesn't make it back from Wales from his gig in time for the live video, then we'll probably end up going live the week after when I come back from Vegas or something. But there we go.
Yeah.
Right, so what?
No, don't worry, it's good.
I thought you were going to say there's no sound.
Yeah.
Please tell me the sound.
Well,
not again.
I hope.
Right, so as always, guys, we are here for you. So anything you want to know about, anything we can show you, anything we can open up, any questions you have, please let us know. If you want to tour the shop, if you want to see Bobo do a trick, if you want to see how a piece of machinery works, if you want us to open something up, just let us know. And as always, if we don't answer one of your questions that you post up there, just ask us again, because sometimes we do miss them. They go up pretty fast sometimes, and I'll be all right.
Yep.
Yeah, computer's making funny noises, so bear with us. Hopefully it all works fine. So yeah, we do have a few things to talk about. I think Liam mentioned one of them was Deep Clear. We're going to talk briefly about Deep Clear. Midnight Breakfast, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the new cards, which I forget the name, but they're really cool. All I know is there's a V2.
Series B, isn't it?
Series B V2. And I would look on there and read that, but it doesn't actually say where. Playing cards never have the name. About 90% of all playing cards don't actually tell you what they are. And if we have a new deck come in, sometimes we have no idea what they are. We just kind of look by the website, see what the picture is, and look for them because they don't have names on them. But this one does have one, Sirius-B version 2. But they are cool. They are really cool. We'll have a look at those later. There's an open pack of cherries here. These are new.
No, not yet.
I didn't mention anything other than cherries. Okay. I'm guessing there's some new cherries coming out. There we go.
Pre-sale Monday.
They shouldn't give us stuff in advance. Okay, so maybe I didn't say that. Well, there's a couple of things we'll be talking about anyway. So there's a few of you who have pre-asked questions as well, so we will be going on to those in a minute. Dean, as always, is very worried that I'm going to play some kind of practical joke on him.
What are you going to do? I know you will at some point. So.
Like I would. I was saying to you earlier, I've got no practical jokes for you this time. I've got nothing I'm going to wind you up with.
Right.
Except maybe a present. A little present that does say, to Dean, love Dave. Maybe we'll open that later on. I'll let Dean sweat over that for a little while. It's going to sit there.
It's one of the hottest days of the year.
I know, and if I open it now, it'll ruin it. If I leave it there for the next 10 minutes, you're just going to sweat about it and wonder what the hell it is. So we'll leave that there for a while. So hello, lots of people. Hello, Vic. How are you, mate? Right. So I've got a few people join. James Samuel, Neil Henry. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Well, good to have you see me. Jim Samuel, what's up?
Keep it up at the moment. It's not really.
It's not what we. It's a slow internet.
The computer's not really working.
Computer is not working very well. Right. Okay. While I just waffle for a little while, we can do it on your phone, or you can bring your computer over.
It's gonna be a pain.
Right. We'll see if this one sorts out. The computer is whirring away with a really loud fan sound, so I'm guessing it's overheating in some way on the heat.
I'm gonna shut it down.
Yeah, we'll do a shutdown and restart, and Dean will check this on your phone, and we'll get your questions coming in then. So while we're waiting for something to happen, in fact, Liam, have a look on there, mate. Ask, see if anyone's given us a question we can ask for a while.
Rich
while doing
says
something.
hello.
Hello, Rich.
Garish, yeah. Let's have a quick look.
We will answer your questions in a minute when we've got all this sorted out.
Matej Rotovnik
Matej, hello.
says, are plastic cards good or better than normal cards?
Right, plastic cards are good in some situations and bad in others. So the main use for plastic cards is the damp factor. So if you have regular cards in any kind of humid heat or humidity, or if it's say for example if you do a card in a bottle and the bottle has some liquid in it, I think Etienne and a few other people use plastic cards. I know Laura London does as well. So yeah, it's a humidity thing. The plastic cards are not affected by humidity or damp at all. So for example, I used to do a lot of performances in Dubai, and out there it can be very, very humid. A regular deck of cards can just get warped to hell in a few minutes if you're outside. If you're in any kind of hot country with humidity, the cards will just warp and buckle. You can't do anything with them. So there's advantages and disadvantages. They don't spread very well. They don't act very well at all. Oh, whole new computer. Yeah, go for it. So yeah, they are good, but it really depends on what you're going to be using them for. So there we go. That's plastic cards.
Charlie Robinson
sorry,
says...
one more thing. You can't fold Mercury fold a plastic card as well. So yeah,
Can you not?
no.
Cool. Charlie Robinson says, can you give a quick review on Sick by Sean Fields?
Sick by Sean Fields is sick. Hence the reason it's called Sick. No, it is good. It is. Let's say if you've been doing coins for about 10 years and you're really good at it, you can probably get away with a lot of the stuff on there. If you're new to coin magic, buy it for the porn value, because watching it is like watching porn. It is just amazing. You just see stuff on there, it's like, wow, this is insanely good. So yeah, Sean Fields is an incredible card magician, actually a coin magician, and what he does on there, I wouldn't say necessarily it's groundbreaking. A few of the moves maybe are, but it's just very, very good hard magic, but it looks so amazing. His spellbound routine, the first one on there, is worth the price of the DVD alone. So it's really well filmed. The tuition is great. He films it from several different angles as well. But yeah, it's really, really good. If you want some really visual stuff, if you want to be able to just pull out a coin like this, and rather than doing interactive coin magic, if you just want to show off and just kind of like do all these fancy moves, one or two of them I learned about 10 years ago, and never perfected it, and will never do it again. But I know how good and visual they can be. So yeah, that's what Sick is. The whole thing is kind of one-way magic. It's not an interactive. It's not like put a coin in your hand and do something. It's all about what you can do, just standing there showing off. So if maybe here's an example. So I mentioned I worked in Dubai. One of the jobs I had to do was be outside a 1,000-seater restaurant in the mall area and get people who are walking past into the restaurant. So I started learning linking rings to that, because it's something I can sit there and do, and people can walk past, and I can kind of wave to people, interact with people as I go. Whereas you try and stop somebody and ask them to interact with you, and we all know how hard that is. So Sick is something you can do. A little, table there with a few coins in it. You can pick up coins, and people can be walking past, and they'll just stop and just look at what you're doing. It's kind of like a juggling thing. So yeah, that's Sick. Really good.
Max said, "Oh, you're not confusing that with the Pont at the Smith? Is it different?"
Yes. Am I? Yes, I think I am. Yeah, well done. I've just given you a review on Sick by Ponta de Smith, not Sean Fields. Sean Fields, Sick. Which one was that? Is that the needle through tongue one? Yeah, well corrected. Sorry I waffled on so long, but I've just given Ponta a really good review there. So yeah, right.
Sick. Is that by Eric Chen?
I don't know. No, it's no. Right. So that is Sick by Ponta de Smith. That's what I've just talked and raved about, which is now irrelevant, but well worth checking out. And Sick by Sean Fields, is that, I've got a feeling that's a needle one or something, isn't it? Let's have a look in the following section. Right, I'm not sure if we have it in stock at the moment. Computer's just warming up.
While you're looking for that, Paul Fleming says, is there a suitable rubber band for out to lunch? Or just a band, or a suitable band for out to lunch?
A nice thick band, the thicker the better. But talking about out to lunch, we're going to be talking about midnight breakfast very shortly, which is an out to lunch trick. It's all about out to lunch. So I would say just a regular thick elastic band. When you get a lot of mail in the post, the postman usually wraps it up in one of these thick bands. I think they're the standard issue for the Royal Mail, and we've got tons of them lying around here. They are perfect. Thank you, Patrick. Sick by Sean Fields. Right, okay, yeah, no. Do you know what? I don't know much about it, But I will make it a task to learn all about this, and in fact no I won't, because I'm in Vegas Live. I'll task one of the guys to learn about it and talk about it in next week's live. Okay, so yeah. Okay, apologies for the confusion. We are an amateur show by amateurs, so you know, expect these cock-ups. If you want to see a professional show, watch Alakazam's. Right, we are... See, if we have more staff, if the staff weren't going on holiday every 5 bloody minutes, we'll be fine. We'd have all this set up and it'll be perfect. Right, it's going to log on so I can see your questions. Any more questions I can talk about?
Yeah, Don Neville says there's a magic convention near you guys in Heathrow in January. Will PropDog be there, and how good is it being so close to Blackpool?
Right, the convention, it's the Vanishing Inks convention, the session, and it is an insanely good convention. It is really, really good, Don. You will like it especially. It used to be down in the West Country, down Gloucester way, and now it's moved up here. It's perfect for us because it's really close, and it's fantastic because we do exhibit there. We didn't last year, we were just too busy last year, too much on. This year we'll be back there again, and the good thing is we are so close to the shop that if anyone wants something we haven't got on the stand, we just pop back and get it for them. But yeah, it is probably one of the best conventions in the world. Blackpool has to be the best, but I would say this is probably number 2. Although I'm going to Magic Live for the first time next week, so maybe, you know, that might be a good one. Hey Michael, you're not meant to be until tomorrow.
I'll look forward today. Yeah. In the plane today.
Oh yeah, come on here. Come on here. Say hello.
Hello, how are we doing?
You're on. You're live.
Live.
Do it. Come on, take up the show. Talk.
Right, PropDog, been here a few years, absolutely brilliant. There's a 50% discount for the next... No.
Get out of here. Your Omnideck stand is on the side. There we go. Right, so now the computer's on Facebook. I can eventually get this up and see the questions myself.
While you're doing that, Mataj says, why don't you do a live from Vegas?
We talked about that live, right? So we had talked about that. I can't do the Friday live from Vegas because the Magic Live isn't on over a Friday, and there's also, I think, there's a 7-hour difference between Vegas, so it might cause a few problems. But I almost definitely will be going live at some point from Vegas. We've already discussed that, so there we go. Right, okay. I can't believe how many people got in the shop now. I've got 3 people, and they keep themselves happy. Right, Dean, do you want to come and help out again, or you got something on?
No, I can do it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll sort it out.
Well, have a quick look on there. Right, let's talk about something. Okay, while Dean's having a look through there, I'm going to talk about this. It's not new, but it did come in. I wanted to stock a knife through coat for the shop. I thought it'd be a great little thing to have in the shop. It's a great routine. We got asked about it a bit in the past, and I got one of these in, and difficult to say. It is kind of like a pen through anything. It's really badly made. This isn't even a knife. This is just a bit of metal in a shape, kind of like a stabby knife thing. But I guess you could get away with it if you're going to do this on stage. You could get away with that as a knife. So I'm not really too sure about the routine. Well, in fact, there is no routine. There's no instructions, no routine come with it. It's not even on the website yet, but we will put it on the website. If you're looking for a knife through jacket and you want a gimmicked version from stage, I'm guessing that will look alright. I can see on the other thing here, that kind of looks alright from here, but don't do it close up a parlour. It is that crap. They've not even bothered to remove the weld marks that were inside there, so it's kind of dodgy welding on it, but you'll get away with that on stage, I think. But to be honest, if you're going to do a knife through a jacket, use a real knife. You can use a bit of cutlery, and there's some great routines out there just in the handling. It's all in the handling, like I think Wayne Dobson has a great version. Yeah.
What's his routine?
Well, he uses a target, so he gets a knife out, uses a target, and at some point, just from the guys who are handling the jacket, he steals the knife from behind the jacket, puts it in front, and then you got this lovely moment where it looks like it goes through the knife, sorry, through the jacket and through the target, and then you can eventually pull it all the way through, and you can hand the knife out as a real knife, and it's a really, really good routine. You can use a thumb tip in it as well, have a few bits of material inside, so as you're pulling it out, you can pull a few threads of material out. So, but that's what a gimmick knife for a jacket looks like. So stage only, don't bother with close up, because it just looks terrible. There we go. So one thing talked about. Right, have we got the questions up? Yes, we got them up. There we go. Right, so now we're back on track.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Neil. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Max.
Guys, if any of you need help, just one of us can just go off and serve you if you're ready to go. I know you need to shoot off, Patrick, don't you? So there we go.
So Don's saying there is a magic convention near you in Heathrow. That is
yeah, we just talked about that.
Right, okay.
Just talked about that. Yeah.
What are we talking about then? I don't know.
That was the last thing we talked about.
When you do a live from Vegas.
Yeah, well, we mentioned that briefly. Yeah. Andy Tingley, you're late. It's not on. Next time, be on time.
Kids Magic. There's nothing new in the Kids Magic market this week, is there?
No,
I don't
it's not.
so.
Jason's our Kids Magic man, and he's away on holiday at the moment. So yeah, when he comes back, he will be tasked with looking for some new stuff. By the way, while I'm away next week, you and Jason have to sort out Sick by Sean Fields. Excuse me. Oh, my kombucha's gone through me. Find out exactly what it is. Find out if it's any good. If we haven't got one in stock, get one in stock, because we should have one in stock. We did have. We may still have hidden away somewhere.
What is it?
I don't know. That's what your task is. Find out if it's any good. Do a review of it next week. How's that?
Yeah.
I will
fine,
watch
yeah,
from
no
Vegas.
worries.
There you go.
Sick by Sean.
Fields.
Sean Fields.
Yes, I've already reviewed Sick by
Oh, wait,
Ponta Smith.
That's that new trick that hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we've had it in stock for ages. We sold it for like 2 years.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Patrick showed me a picture on his phone. And I recognise the packaging. So
What is it?
Thing with your tongue, I think something to do with like a physical in your tongue, something like that. You pull something up.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. It might be like what's that one where you've got the pin that goes through the arm? That
Yeah.
something like that, I guess. So yeah, pinned, I think it is, or
The one
something.
where
Yeah.
he eats the coat and it comes out of his arm or something.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
We'll find out, and we'll. Well, these guys will review it, and I will be watching live from Vegas and going. I can't believe they're getting it all wrong without me there. No, you'll do a better job without me.
Also, the DVD for the Wayne Dobson Knife Through Coat is in Stand Up Dobson DVD.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
Thank you,
Thank you, James.
James. Cheers.
Yeah. Run Rabbit Run. When?
Are we done?
That one there.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, it's in Cyrillic, so I'm not sure what the name is. But Run Rabbit Run, yeah, we have one in stock. It's not very good though. We will hopefully create our own version at some point. We were talking about making a version, calling it Peg Leg Hop, a pirate version, but that won't be for quite a while yet. So yeah, that will be a long time. Right, so who we got joining? Jody, any card with Richard Sanders? Jody, we've already talked about that. We reviewed it not last week, the week before. Dean did a live demo on it, and it's really, really good. So yeah, well worth seeing. Look out! It was on the PropDog. Oh, the Wizard PropDog review one. It was on that one when we were on the couch. So yeah, check that one out. It is a really good trick. Any card, brilliant worker trick. So well worth seeing. So right. Ottar, first of all, it doesn't look like a knife. Yeah, exactly, Ottar. That's what I was saying. It's a terrible looking prop. We could build a better one than that. Second of all, the blade is too small for stage use. It is quite small, yeah, but it's not really a blade, Ottar. It's just a bit of pointed metal. Yeah, thank you, Liam. That'll be a much better one to use. For stage use, though, I would probably even get a bigger one, but for close-up and parlour, that's the kind of knife you want, and that is perfect if you're going to do Wayne Dobson's version. So, yeah, excellent. I presume you give that to me. You weren't threatening me. That's you were just giving it to me to talk about that. I presume.
Sure.
Okay. Right. How we miss anybody? Shoe business. Right, James Kerman mentioning shoe business. Ta-da! Shoe business. We did get it in. We just got it in. I know it's brilliant. I know it's really good. Quite a few people. I think Jamie's doing this in one of his new shows. Oh, by the way, Making Magic is on at the moment. If you haven't been to Blue Water yet, go see Jamie Raven at the Making Magic Theatre in Blue Water. It is an excellent show, and this is really good. But we can't really review it without sitting down and spending some time going through it all, learning the ins and outs, and then we can come back to you with a proper review. And again, as I said, with everyone being on holiday, we've just had no time. It's been a lot of late nights trying to do the job of an extra person, so we can't do that. Right, Hannes, could you show us Warning by Costa Kimlat? Yes, we can. We'll do that in a second. If you haven't seen it, we've just got a new trailer for Warning. Costa sent it through yesterday. We put it up live this morning. It's a great little trailer, just how I like them. No crap, no fakery, no bullshit, and just tells you what it is and what you're getting, and it's a really good trailer and it's a great effect. We'll do that for you in a minute when Dean's back and we can talk about it. Phil Plus Dem, Barry Green. We demmed it about 3 weeks ago, Barry. There's only so many times you can dem these things in the live show because all the regular customers will say, we saw that last week. So if you can't find it on the one of the previous shows, I think it's about 4 shows ago, drop me an email. I have a link. I videoed my version of it, my handling of it, for one of the customers in the shop a few weeks ago, and that's on a hidden link on YouTube. So you won't find it by searching for it, but if you email me, I'll send you that link and you'll get a live demo of me doing my version to a customer in the shop. So I hope that helps, Barry, on that one. So right. Paul Goodbody says, Dave, while at Magic Live, could you make inquiries with Jeff McBride about his jumbo card fan gimmick, please? I was hoping you had it in stock. Right, we don't do it in stock. Paul, I will try to remember. If I see Jeff, I'll try to remember. But I'm on my own at Magic Live, so I've got to organise the whole thing and deal with everybody there. So I don't even know if I'll be able to leave the stand to go and do anything to go and say hello to anyone, because the stand will be left on its own. So if Jeff comes over, which I'm sure he will, I'd love to say hello to him again. Then I'll ask him then if I remember. So yeah, if I don't, then apologies. But if I don't, then I'll just drop him an email at some point and ask him about it. Right, so Andy Tiggler, is thinner any good? Next question. That's why we're not stocking it. Right, let me see. Oh, Jason, hello. You're on holiday. What are you doing live? You shouldn't be on here.
He's on at the beginning.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. He was the first person on.
Oh, did you? Oh, I didn't hear.
He's driving to Cornwall.
Oh, okay. Oh.
He's not driving. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, he's driving and watching the live video. So, Jason, you've got to learn "Sick" by Sean Fields, not by Ponda Smith by next week, because that would be impressive if you could learn that. Right, show business is funnier. Vanishing bandana, vanishing bandana. Brilliant. Uses Siri instructions. Yeah. So Jason knows a lot more about it than I can. Maybe Jason can talk about it in the next live. So there we go. It is good, Charlie Robinson says. Yeah, we know it's good. Right, James Kerman, it's the phone I'm bothered about. If you could do a dem the future, that would be great. Yeah, well, we can just show you the phone, I think. Here's the phone. So it is, well, it looks and feels just like a real phone, but it's a dummy one, I presume. There's no way they're going to give you a real phone, although these ones are probably pretty cheap by now. But yeah, it's just a demo phone. It looks the part. I'll come up close to the camera so you can see James. So this is what it looks like. It is a solid metal thing. It's not some dodgy plastic thing. It looks like it's even got a battery release thing on it, is it? I don't know. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's got a little graphic display there instead of a real one, but no one will see that. But yeah, it's a really good looking phone. I'm pretty sure that the battery compartment comes off, but if it doesn't, it looks like it does, and that's how good it is. There we go. But I guess there's no reason, James, why you can't use your own phone. Pretty sure you can. What else you get with it is 2 glasses. These are quite cheapy plastic looking things. You might want to replace them for something similar but slightly better. They are, yeah, they're regular plastic. They're not polycarbonate as in the glasses we do, the hydrostatics. So I know you can get hydrostatics this small, so it may be worth changing these for some of these in the right shape, because then it will last longer. There we go. Right, so moving on. Move all this back. I'll sort this out later on. Right, any more questions? Hello, Scott Farrington. How are you, mate? Right. Shoe Business 2.0. Okay, yeah. So that is Shoe Business. Yeah. Oh, it says size 2. Is it, I don't know. Is there a second version? Is this the second version? Did I miss the first version? I don't know. But we'll talk about that next week or whenever. Right, Connor Welsh. Hello. Will you guys do a review of Hook by Eric Ross? I've heard great reviews so far. Love your guys' opinion. Right, so Connor, every single week now, in fact last week I said every single week for the last 5 weeks we've been asked about Hook. This is the 6th week in a row we've been asked, and I'm sure somebody will ask about it next week. You can only get Hook from Eric Ross direct. He doesn't wholesale out to any other shop, so if you like it, you can only get it from him, which means if we're going to review it, we've got to pay the money from America to get it shipped in, and we've got to pay full price. We don't get it cheap for something we can't really sell because it's not ours to sell. So unfortunately, I don't think we can ever review it. All I can say is it looks incredible. I mean, it's just an amazing trick. If you don't know what Hook is, basically you have a fishing treble hook with a bit of string about that long. You put it in your mouth, and then you put about 5 other bits of string in your mouth as well, and you kind of mix them up a bit, and you get the spectator to take 1 bit of string at a time and yank it out your mouth, and each one they yank is the bit of string without the hook, and then when they finish there's only 1 bit left. He just pulls up that bit and reveals the actual fishing hook in the mouth like that. So it looks incredibly good. Yeah, but I don't think we'll ever be able to review it unless he decides to sell it wholesale to other magic shops. Right. Adrian Hurley, I'm based in Dubai. We know you are, Adrian. And having a problem with bond slopes not sticking and opening when the spectator opens the envelopes. Yeah, we had the same problem as well in Dubai when I was out there, my friend. It is the humidity out there does affect it slightly. What glue do you recommend? Adding the flaps? Just, yeah, it is just rubber cement. So when I was out in Dubai, I took some rubber cement with me and I just gave it a little touch up beforehand. If you're in somewhere that is very humid and hot, that can happen. So yeah, if you want Adrian with your next order, remind us about this and we'll send you some rubber cement free of charge, because I don't like people buying my products and them not working. There we go. Right, Ottar, why a folding phone in an age where everyone has a smartphone? I think Ottar, because he gets them really, really cheap because no one wants them anymore. So I think he's just giving you the bare basic. You are Patrick?
I'm off, yeah, great to see you. Dave.
Yeah, you too. Say hi to your dad and congratulate him one more time. Patrick's dad won the X Prize. It's insane.
Oh,
so
thanks,
yeah, really good. So yeah, pass my regards.
Take care,
So
best.
yeah, see you later, Patrick. Right, so if you don't know what the X Prize is, Google it. And he won it for a great cause as well. So where's the best card to learn? Best place to learn card on sealing? Charlie says. I think it's on loads of DVDs, but if you buy the Michael Amar card and sealing wax, there is a version you can buy that has written instructions with it. There is also a World's Greatest Magic DVD which has a whole selection of ones. So it's World's Greatest Magic card and sealing, and that has loads of versions of it on there. And I think a few other magicians have variations that they mention on different DVDs. But if you go to the website, type in speech marks card on sealing. Okay, then press search. When the results come through, click on the little button or the little tick box that says search in the description, and that will then bring up a list of all the DVDs and the downloads we sell that teaches card on sealing. So hope that helps. Or if you ever come to the shop, Charlie, I will teach you myself. Right, Jason says that he has no idea. I'll look into it next week. That's about shoe business, by the way. Thank you, Jason. What we got here? The second version uses Siri with a better glass. The phone is irrelevant. Version 1 used instructions from a phone joke line. Okay. Right, I should have brought my glasses up if I was going to be reading these. Scott says he's good, thanks. Just checking out the Himba rings. Is it any good? Himba ring is good. There's a few cheap versions and a few not so good versions, but it's a really difficult trick to perform and get right, Scott. It's not something you can really do close up, and the best version of it, you're going to use a stooge and 2 innocent people. That's for the best versions. The only way to really perform Himbering well without a stooge is to have a large audience and then go over here, borrow 1 ring from here, 1 ring from here, and 1 ring from here, so the people cannot see the other rings on it. So you come over, you'll link 1 ring, link another ring, link another ring, but it's the way you show them. At no point do you show all 3 rings linked. You show 2 rings in your ring. So yeah, we'll talk about it next time we come to the shop, Scott, but yeah, probably not for you, mate. Right, Chris says for your attention, you can get a hook on Lost Art Magic, the only place in stock at the moment. I'm not sure if that's anything, if he's anything to do with Eric Ross, because we were told you can only get it from Eric himself. So, Luke Cloth, hello mate. Have you seen No Sense by Carl Litterton? Thoughts? It's not out yet. We've got it coming in, but it's not here. If you don't know what it is, No Sense is a 3-coin routine, but without 3 coins as such. It's a coin, a button, and is it a poker chip or something? I watched it once a couple of weeks ago, but we will get it in. And from what I understand, it looks alright. It looks like a coin routine without the standard coins. So yeah, we will let you know when we get it in. That will be on one of the live videos in the short future. Andy Tigley, World's Greatest Magic DVD card and sealing, I recommend. Yeah, there we go, Andy. Thank you for the recommendation. Otter, Faye Presto's old lecture notes contain a really good version of card and sealing. Yes, Faye uses the old-fashioned method, which is a drawing pin, where you stick it to the ceiling with that instead of wax. Paul Fleming, Encore 3, Michael Amar. Thank you, Paul, for that. See, this is the power of a crowd. Right, anyway, enough questions for now. Let's talk about something else for a bit. So, right, let's talk, very quickly, coloured bond slopes are back in. Finally. It's been so long trying to get hold of these, but we now have red and black bond slopes in medium and large size eventually. So that's out, that's great. We're going to talk briefly about deep clear in a minute. In fact, Dean's going to dem that 'cause he knows it. I'm going to show you very quickly midnight breakfast as well. So we've got midnight breakfast in. But again, I keep saying this, with such short staff at the moment, no one's had a chance to really learn it. So all I've done today is make up the gimmick really quickly. Now, to start off with, when I got this in, I watched the trailer and thought, this looks great, I'm going to get 12 of them in. So we got 12 of them in. Then Dean said, why did you get that? You can't use British notes. If you can, you've got to cut up a whole load of notes. And I was like, oh no, that's terrible. Hello there. Don't worry about the video, guys. We're just doing a live video. So how you doing? Right, Dean will help you out. So yeah, we got this in, and I watched the instructions, and that's wrong. You don't need to worry about that, okay? So you can do it with English money. They do give you a gimmick. It's designed to be done with US dollars. They give you a gimmick where you can make up foreign notes as well. And I looked into it. You don't even need to use the spare gimmick. You can use the gimmick for dollars with notes, and I've got it here, and I'm going to just come forward and show you what it looks like. So this is the gimmick actually made up there in front of you. That's how good it looks, okay? And it is an out to lunch principle. So you can see there, it is invisible, and I'm going to show you how that works and kind of what you do with it. So, I mean, you're going to want to do a torn and restored according to the trailer and the instructions, but of course the problem is if you're using £10 notes or £5 notes, you can't do a torn and restored because you can't tear the plastic notes. So you probably have to use a £20 note if you're going to do that. If I can find a pen, a red one will do. So, in fact, I'm going to come closer to this, just to give you an idea. So there we are. I can, let's say I'm going to sign across here, PropDog, like that, very quickly. So you can see the note is signed like that, okay, and then I can just kind of take that note and put it wherever I want, but of course that note isn't signed because it's an out to lunch principle. It is still kind of on there, so you can do a whole load of stuff. If you watch the trailer with this, you can do a load of great stuff. You can do torn and restored with a corner to impossible location. You can do signature duplications. You can have signatures, two signatures joined into one note. So really, really good. If I get the time, maybe while I'm at Vegas or afterwards, I'll learn a couple of routines with it, then I'll do that during the live videos. But at the moment, we haven't had time to properly learn it. All I've done is 10 minutes beforehand, quickly make up the gimmick using the US dollar bill, and it looks great. It really does look good. So that is the midnight, what's it called again? I forget what it's called now.
Midnight breakfast. Midnight
breakfast, there we are. Strange name for a money note routine, but anyway, we all like routines of money, and that's a great little thing. So yeah, we've got 12 of those in stock. Right, Cirrus B version 2. Let's talk about those. I'm going to come close again for that because we do have a really busy shop for a Friday. Right, so these have just come out and they are beautiful. So those are your jokers. I'm going to show you what they look like for the pack. Those come up this way, it's easier. There we go. So they're really stylishly cool looking cards. The backs look really cool as well. But that's what they look like. So I've got a joker. It's awesome. There we go. So that is the Cirrus B. Now they say, oh, you get double back with it as well. That's nice. So they say there are only 5,000 of these decks being made, and after that they're not available anymore. Why did they do that? I mean, it's a great little deck of cards, and if they do sell 5,000 and it's popular, will they make more? Will they go back on what they say, or will they just say that's it? They're going to cease to exist, or will they just change the colour and re-release it? But that is Cirrus B version 2. They're cool. I like them. I'm not really a fancy card collector, but if I was, I'd like those. And I just use bikes myself. But there you go. Right. Okay. Questions. Let's have a look. Any more questions? Yep, Luke, see you in the shop later. Where we are. Great. See you later, Michael. Take care, mate. See you later, Patrick. It's Cartamundi. Are they Cartamundi or USPCC? I think they're USPCC. I don't believe they're Cartamundi, but I could be wrong. The Cirrus B. Do you know if they're...
I haven't worked out what they're printed on yet. Yeah, we received. Yeah.
It doesn't say USPCC. Let's have a feel.
Anything else I can help with?
Do you know what? I think they might be Cartamundi. They do feel slightly different to bikes. Liam, have you handled Cartamundi before?
No.
You've handled bikes. So you just have handled bikes. Right, perfect. Have a feel of those. Do they feel different to normal bikes? They feel slightly different. I've played around with Cartamundi. But I'm not enough of a card expert to be able to tell. They do feel nice.
Phoenix I use. These lovely, yeah.
They are. I think they are Cartamundi. They feel crisper, which I think we will say they are Cartamundi. They feel nicer. They're just
They feel also quite
light. They feel light, crispy,
moldable. They're not as stiff.
Yes, and the weave is slightly different. You look at the weave. Is the weave slightly different? Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Not the same. Yeah. Well, we're not 100% sure, but they could be Carter Monday. And I'd say probably more Carter Monday the bikes, but we'll try and find out for you. There you go. Right, no more questions on there. That's good. Right, there are some questions that were asked before the show, so let's have a quick look, see if I can bring those up. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, Dean's got to open his present, yeah? Then we'll talk about Deep Clear, and that's all on our list. So, right, where are our questions? Bear with me, guys. There we go. Right, okay, so previous questions. Do I like hammocks? Lawrence, I love hammocks. I bought a really nice hammock in Tobago about, well, it was 2000. I was out there training in the year 2000. It's a beautiful hammock. Bought it from a guy on the beach, and about 10 years later I ended up throwing it away because I never used it. But I do like them. Right, Robert Bone, hello mate. Any chance of chop mugs returning? Either full size, right? We can't do the Starbucks ones anymore. Starbucks, one, didn't like us making them, and two, have discontinued the cups. We have made a new batch of chopped mugs, not released yet. We've only made a small batch, but they're regular size ones, and we're currently trying to find an espresso cup. Most espresso cups are very wide, so you don't get a very good chop cup out of it. So we can't do those, but we will keep looking for them, Robert. And if you find any nice ones, let me know. We always had a high-speed impact with the floor last week. Sorry to hear that. Emma says, please present with Bobo. Okay, let's get Bobo out the cage. Bobo up. So Bobo's out the cage, but we do have customers in the shop, and Bobo's almost guaranteed to be running over to shoe their shoelaces. So, let's see. Right, Sam Fuller says, any update from Nick Einhorn's new products? Yeah, so Nick Einhorn's new release is, you want to come up, do you? Come on in. The instructions are done, we're just waiting for the trailer and then we can release it. So yeah, it won't be long. Where are you going? Ottar says, can you show us a demo of Folderall? I can show you a demo, but I was going to wait. So Folderall is created by Spooky's Magic. Now Spooky's Magic is Preston Nyman, which is Andy Nyman's son. So Spookerall is a really cute little giveaway effect, really, if you like, little card reveal. I could demo it, but I was going to wait and show you guys, get Preston in to see if you can do a live video and show it to you. So I'm going to hang on that for a little while, but there is a video. I'll put a quick video up of me playing around with it online. So what you know, Bobo straight over to shoe Liam's shoelaces. There we go. Right, you had your chance. Right, say goodbye to Emma. You had your chance. You're chewing shoelaces. You've got to go back in your cage. Come on. A bird with a fetish for shoelaces. It's to do with the ends of the shoelaces. There's the hard bit. It's like a new feather. When a feather comes through on a bird, they groom each other and they break open these hard, sort of, it's like a shell of a feather really, to reveal the feather inside. And for her, it's a way of grooming you, opening up your shoelace bit to reveal the fluffy bit inside, because she thinks it's a nice thing to do. Okay, Tate Edwin, are Flashpad post-it notes able to be shipped worldwide? Yeah, no problem at all. We ship them all the time, all over the world, Tate, so don't worry about that. Ottar says, curious about Shattered by Scott Alexander and Nielsen. Knowing Nielsen Magic Vanishing Bottles, does that give a hint towards the method behind the 100% safe Russian roulette trick? Yes, that's exactly what it is. I could show you if we had one, but we sold out at the moment. We're getting some more in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, Shattered is really, really good. You get a real bottle, you put it in a brown bag, you put it down, you smash it with a hammer, and you bring up what is apparently the Shattered bottle, and you empty some glass out, but you really bring out a latex Nielsen bottle. There's no secret about it, I can tell you that. And then you end up with a really good routine you can do, and it can't go wrong because it's a latex bottle. There you go. Could I demo Infinity Watch and the comparison with it with the other new watch products on the market? We could. We demoed it a live video about 6 weeks ago. but I don't know if we've got any at the moment, and not ideal when we've got customers in the shop and haven't got a lot of time to do it. But have we got any? I think we might be temporarily out of them anyway, but we have done that on some previous ones. So if you can't find it, drop us an email and we will send you the link of where you can see it. And we did kind of talk about other versions as well, so you can do that. And Chris also says, any reviews on Sandsmine's Pro Series Lighted Up? Pro Series Lighted Up, I don't even know if we sell that. Out of stock worldwide, Dean has just said. So yeah, we can't review it at the moment. I haven't even seen it. Is it any good? Are we going to get in?
Self-ignited lighter.
Oh, that one, right? Okay, so yeah, from what I've heard, this is one of the Sandsmine's products that is actually good. So kind of like the Ring Box and Trace, one of those few products that's good and does work, unlike Vapor and a few other bits and bobs, with very little, in fact, no kind of making needed beforehand. So but I've heard it is really good. Me and Dan Balls, when Dan works here, we were developing a remote control Zippo lighter, so you could just press it and it would light up, but we hit a few snags and never really got around to finishing it. But theirs is a kind of a timed version where you put it down, you hold it in a certain way, that will turn it on. There's a small delay of about 5 seconds and then it lights up. Can't review it, but it is really quite good. There we go. Right, warning. Yeah, we're getting on a warning in a minute. Just hoping that the customers will be sorted out so Dean can take over while I quickly get it ready. Otherwise, it's a nice big blank moment. So, encore. So, seeing if I miss any questions. Can you show a blast from the past? I presume there's not a trick called blast from the past, Charlie, but you mean can I show a trick from yesteryear? I can, but again, while I'm on my own, I'd have to go and find something, which means leaving you guys quiet for a bit. So once the customers have left the shop, we can look into that for you then. So remind us again in a little while, Charlie, when the oh, Aaron says the same. Can you do a hidden gem? Yeah, we'll do that once the customers are at the shop. We can do that, and then Dean can take over, talk for a bit while I go and set one up. Lauren says, wow, I have a parrot. Wish mine was as good as yours. She's not always good, Lauren. She wants to be good. She's she loves people. She absolutely adores people, especially men. But she's a cockatoo as well, and cockatoos are notoriously well behaved. And she's a galah cockatoo, which are the friendliest of all the cockatoo breeds. So yeah, she's very, very cool when she wants to be. How long have I had the shop for? Michael says. So PropDog started, well, the shop itself has been open for 7 years, but I was making, well, PropDog started 2 years before that, and I spent 2 years looking for a good venue and getting it all set up. And before that, I was still making stuff. I've been making stuff about 10 years before that, but it was just my own stuff. So I was making custom products for lots of people. Ring Flight Revolution, Bonds Lopes and a few other products were being made at the time and sold then, but the shop only come later on. So, right, Jim Critchlow, please carry on developing the remote Zippo. Yeah, we will do, but it's like all things, Jim. I've got so many things on. The problem is there's so little money in Magic, in the Magic Shop business, that we make so little profit, and that profit means I can't hire much staff. So I've got to do so many jobs, well, everyone's got to do so many jobs, so I spend 90% of my time running the business and only 10% making stuff. Until we can afford more staff so I can spend 50% or even more time developing stuff, I've got all these jobs on hold. I've got about 6 or 7 jobs that have been on hold for nearly a year for other people, as well as a list that long of things I want to invent, and it's just finding the time, Jim. There's just only so much time in the day, but we will get there eventually. As we make more money, we'll have more staff. More staff means more new products, and eventually when I'm 100% making, there's going to be loads of products coming out. I've just got 20 years worth of ideas to make.
Anything else like that goes about sort of...
Jason says, without sounding like Brad Pitt from Seven, what's in the box? Dean, open the box. Yeah, it's going to be Dean's pet bunny's head or something. Do you have a pet bunny?
I probably do now, don't I?
No, you did have. It's headless, don't worry about it.
Open it.
No, yeah. No, wait till we finish with the customers, because the fumes.
Can I put
and,
that on there? It's not the pressure's not
no, you're fine putting it on there. Yeah. No, it's, yeah. When customers in the shop, the bang and the smell and the smoke could cause problems. So I won't do that. I've got a gas mask downstairs. I'll put a gas mask on before you open it. Can we have the tour of the workshop while we wait for Dean? Yeah, you can, Aaron. Give me 2 minutes. Cheers, Dave. You're a legend. You're most welcome. Okay, let's do a quick tour of the shop. Now, I'm going to have to unplug the microphone to do a tour. So, there we go. Let's take that off. There we are. So first of all, a quick tour of the shop. So there's Dean over there. There's Liam. Say hello, Liam.
Hello.
There's a couple of customers. Around the back here, we've got the little postal area. This is where we pack up all your items. So this is where Mila usually spends a lot of the time. There's a computer here normally. I've got all the packaging stuff around there and boxes and stuff. So this is the main shop area, and you see everything's labelled up. So you know, you've got Bonslopes, egg related, pen related, refills, ring and key related, all these stuff. So when we say that we have everything on the shop is in stock, or everything on the website is in stock, we really mean it is in stock. A lot of shops say they've got stuff in stock, but really they're just got a small amount in a small room, and the rest of it is all ordered in from Murphy's as you order. So you can see all the stock around there, loads and stuff. We also have a storage unit full of stuff. That's where Dean sits, that's where Mila sits. There's our little photo light tent for photographing stuff. Kitchen area, that's where Jason's normally sitting, and that's where his computer is. And let's go downstairs, a very quick tour, because I know other people have seen tours of the workshop. Here's a little poster thing I had printed. We sponsor Making Magic for Jamie, and this is something in the shop there, in his theatre, just talking about the shop here. So I've turned the lights off at the moment because while I'm upstairs, I don't want people walking in and thinking this is the shop area. A lot of people come in the shop and think this is the area, or they come in here, there's a main door, so they come in and they go straight through to there, which is the toilet, or they come through here thinking this is the shop and say, where is everything for sale? So here's our laser cutter, so our heat press machine and some of our packing equipment. We've got a routing table, we have our circular saw, an axe and a throwing knife. Otto, you'll like these, some throwing knives there, just teaching the guys how to throw knives. Sanding belt, kitchen area over there. It's all rather messy, but a good workshop is always messy, so there we are. So lots of stuff around here. There's some of the moulds we use to make the bricks. So silky sticker dots over there. These are the reels for Ring Flight Revolution and the Real Revolution. You can see, look, we've been machining those reels, so there's been a lot of mess and dust around from doing those. Yeah, all kinds of things. Springs for Ring Flight Revolution. Some balls we made for Paul Megram. These are the first editions, but they didn't come out very well, so we had to make new ones. So these are pretty crap quality. If anyone wants some cheap balls, let us know. They're all sponge. You can bang those on your head. A few electronics products I'm working on here. A custom, there's one I'm doing for Noel Qualter. This is a Geiger counter I'm building for the moment. We're calling it the transmogrifier. Yep, these are the silk to egg gimmicks. I'm just making a load of these at the moment. There's the flash post-it notes all being made over there. There's our second laser cutter. Loads and loads of other stuff around here. All the bits and bobs. There's my kiln over there. So we've got a kiln, we've got a pressure chamber there, we've got a vacuum chamber here. It's what we use for moulding and casting. Some gas mask and all kinds of wonderful bits of kit. A must-have in the heat here. There's our bandsaw. There's our mill machine. We've got a fret saw over here. We've got a larger fret saw. There's our buffing polishing station. There's extraction for our laser cutter. That goes outside when we're using it. Some other bits and bobs up here. There's a little paper dinosaur here. We had to make a giant dinosaur head. Well, Mel did for one of her projects. It was going over a kid's bed, believe it or not. So that was a giant thing, about 4 foot long, made out of foam and painted like a dinosaur. 3D printer. Bobo's downstairs cage. Here's my little cubby hole over here with my little world clock. 3 different times in Los Angeles, London and China, depending on who I'm dealing with. There's the t-shirt I wore for my camouflage for the book test video. Still keep that. And a few other bits and bobs around here. So yeah, there's always something going on. So here's the latest batch of bricks we just finished up making. So that was quite a bit of work. Well, so I finished it. Mel, my prop maker, has finished all those, and there's a load of stock around here. So we've got stock all over the place. And the rest of the stock is all in storage. We've got loads more down here, playing cards and all kinds of bits and bobs. So yeah, that's a quick tour of the workshop. As I said, it's very busy and it's very crowded down there. I need a bigger workshop. Right, back up to the shop. How are we doing? Good. Put that back on. Yeah, let's plug the microphone back in. so they can all hear me again. Now, while I've been to see any questions, so oh look, I can still see me walking around. Right. Paul Fleming would love to see a thumb tip project DVD. Yeah, Paul, I'm going to be working on that. I mean, there is the Thumb Tippedia by who did Thumb Tippedia? Tom Crosby. So Tom did that, but I've lectured on DVD on thumb tip handling quite some time ago, so I will be producing a DVD or download at some point fairly soon. Again, it's just time. Just got to find the time, Paul. Matilde says, well, could you could sleep less if you sleep 3 hours or less. Means 90 minutes more. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I don't sleep enough as it is. Do you know, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning anyway, as it is. The only way I get to do any gym work is to get to the gym at 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock, and then breakfast and then come to work. Right, Andy Mace, what's the best Rubik's Cube trick you've got? Can anyone demo it? Yes, the best Rubik's Cube is the Venom Cube, without a doubt. It is just mind-blowing. Dean has demoed it on live videos a whole load of times. I don't perform it, but Dean does. If we get time afterwards, I'll get Dean to demo it for you. But he's still dealing with the customers at the moment. Do you have parking outside the shop? Yes, Kieran, there's loads of places you can either park right outside the shop. There's 2 spaces there. I use one of them. Sometimes Dean's there, but we're in an industrial estate. We're not on a main road, so we've got a whole industrial estate with about 30 car parking spaces in, so there's never a problem to park around here. Right, Andy May says Rubik's. I don't know about Rubik's. All I know is Venom Cube is really good. What if someone comes in the shop with a wheelchair, wanted to look around the shop? Right, Charlie, we've had people in before. We're not big enough to have any kind of wheelchair system or lift to come up there, but we have had people in here with wheelchairs. Basically, we'll just either pick them up, take them up there, or some people come in with a wheelchair, make their own way up the stairs, and we take the wheelchair up for them. But there's never a problem. There's always some people around to help getting people up the stairs. Even Wayne Dobson's come up here, and Wayne's chair is really, really heavy. It's all electronic and all kinds of gizmos in it, so he's been up here a few times. How much are the bowls? Right, so the bowls, they're normally created, we don't sell them on the website, they're created for Paul Megram. He does a show with them, they're his custom molds. These are kind of second rejects, so as long as Paul's happy for me to sell them on, drop us an email. I'll work at a quick price, and I need to make sure Paul's happy. I've got to ask his permission really to sell them second hand, but we'll probably sell them for a tenner each or something. So but yeah, I've got to ask his permission first. Liam, good to see you again, mate. Take care.
Take care, sir.
And you ever hijack my show again, mate?
Sorry, mate. Your hair looks good though. It looks good.
As does your tash, mate. As does your tash.
See you later. Bye.
See you later. Right, Ottar says, great workshop. How do you handle off-gassing from the laser cutter and a flammable dust from the flash products? Right, so we have an extractor system built into the laser cutter, Ottar. It's a whopping great system on it, and we've got 2 fans, one on the back wall and one all the way outside, so it double the power and it sucks everything straight out and outside. If we're doing any stuff from the flash paper, we do it on the bed for the laser cutter, and that extracts it out. Same with some of the gluey stuff we do as well. Either that or work outside on a nice day. Although some of the heat in the UK recently, I wouldn't like to work with the flash paper out, especially yesterday. It probably would have set it off. There we go. Great. Okay. Joe says, Neil Henry's gag and tricks, do you sell them? I built a few things for Neil. Neil's watching, but I don't know which ones you're on about. So Neil, if you're still tuned in, Neil, maybe you can help out with that one. We are going to be working on one of Neil's routines. In fact, Neil, we need to chat about that, the alphabet one. You know what I'm on about. And find out what we're going to do with that. Matty says, how do you like Electric Touch Plus? Is there any other similar or better one? Right, there is no other version. You can buy a Chinese rip-off of it, but I wouldn't go near that because you're probably going to electrocute yourself. One of our customers came in the shop once and he had a Chinese copy, and he also had a huge great chunk of his skin missing from his leg where he'd used it. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend the Chinese one, and it is good, it's a great effect, but you've got to be really careful. If someone has a pacemaker and you zap them, what's going to happen to it? You don't know. Is it worth the risk? If somebody's got a poor heart or just a heart condition, could you cause them some kind of issue? So it's one of those things. It's a great effect. You've got to be really careful. Personally, I wouldn't use it in order to zap somebody. I would use it for other things. So one of our customers comes in. He's really good with it. He uses it for bending water, so you can pour water from a tap, or he uses a pint glass, pours it out, and he can kind of manipulate the bend of the water, or you can manipulate like a banknote because of the static electricity it creates. So it is good, but use it responsibly.
What to recommend?
Right, what we got? Are you all planning on going to Vanishing's Magifest in Columbus? Right, so Chris, Andy and Josh have invited me out there, but unfortunately I won't. It's expensive enough going to Vegas. If I'm lucky, I'll break even. If I'm going to Magifest as well, the amount of money it costs to get out there, hotels and everything as well, and travel, it's not really worth doing. Maybe in the future, if we have more products of our own, we'll do it. But also, it's the same time as a session convention here in the UK, which is 2 miles down the road, which we do make a profit from. So yeah, probably not, but we'll see in the future.
Yeah, we've got 2 packs of the other ones. We've got the black.
Matij says, will you get Perfect Sense or Cosmo Solano? If you know if it's any good, thanks. I don't know about either of those. Matij, all I can offer is drop us an email to remind us about those, and when the guys get time, they'll look into it, see if it's something we can get, and if it is any good. If it's no good, we probably won't buy it. Jason says Venom Cube 100%. Thank you, Jason, backing up what I said there. Aaron, do you stock R. Paul Wilson's Quinn Trick? Came out recently, can't remember what it's called. I don't know.
Just in different colours.
Dean, do you know if we sell R. Paul Wilson's new coin trick? Or do you know what it is? You ever heard of it?
Paul Wilson? Not sure.
I'm not sure, Matij. So, sorry, Aaron. Not sure. Again, we can't really look into it at the moment, but we'll see. Stephen, hello, my friend. Yeah, we are well. I will have a great time in Vegas, and guess what, Stephen? I'm taking 90 mystery blocks with us, so hopefully they're going to sell out and be the hit of America. So that's our kind of official American launch. So yeah, I will keep you updated how we sell. So Mike Davis said, when is Quiver Plus back in stock? You did an Illusionist order.
Quiver Plus is out of stock on Illusionist.
Ooh.
Well, they have 3 left. Actually, they had 3 left. I ordered all 3.
Okay.
But Quiver's out of stock indefinitely.
Indefinitely?
For a long time.
Ooh, right, okay, so Dean placed an order with Illusionist yesterday with the hope of getting more Quiver Plus in, but if you didn't hear that, there were only 3 left in stock, which we did order. So when that comes in, we'll have 3, but then I know a few people have pressed notify when available, the little button you get on the website when something's out of stock. So when it comes in stock, everyone will be emailed, so it's kind of a first come first serve. I can't reserve one for you because other people would have clicked that button and it's not really fair on them. So if you click that button as well, everyone will get an email. It's first come first serve for the 3 we'll have. So and after that, we don't know when they'll be back in stock. If Illusionist doesn't have them, we don't have them. Otto, I recently saw a demo of a mentalist effect where an audience member thinks of a 3 or 4, I'm presuming 3 or 4 letter word, and the magician presents a leather case. Yes, that is deep. No, that's not. Yes, that's Deep Clear. Yeah, that's Deep Clear, Otto. We're going to do a demonstration of that. Now, my worry with this is when I saw the trailer, apparently they can think of any word and it's there. Now, the trailer is really, really misleading. I said that in last week's one, which you weren't around for, Otto. Having got it, it's slightly better than I think, but you need to see it demmed properly, not with the trailer that they provide you with, because the trailer they provide you with, you're creating a bloody miracle, and it isn't quite as clean as that, but it is still quite nice, but it does take some practice. And once customers have gone, Dean will demo that. Talking of which, there is a pre-release coming out tonight at 8 PM. I'm not allowed to say what it's called because it's a pre-release, and you've got to build up the pre-release hype from the Magic community, which pisses me off. But there is a new release coming out tonight. The trailer looks incredible. I mean, it really does look incredible. The gimmicks are incredible, and if you've got the time and effort to make it up and work at it, it will be a pretty good trick. But They say it's ready. You can get it ready to do in about 5 minutes, but we've got a pre-release copy here, and Dean struggled with it for what, about an hour, Dean?
Yeah, I'm getting there now.
You're getting there. So about an hour struggling with it. So it's going to be good if you're willing to put time and effort into learning it, but don't expect to open the box and do it straight away because it looks really, really hard to do. However, there is the most insane giveaway to somebody. So if you get the effect, you'll see tonight when you do it, you do this effect, it animates in a certain way, which you'll see, and you give them away a souvenir, and it looks incredible. But don't be fooled by the trailer thinking, oh, I'm going to buy that straight away and do it tonight. Because if you're going to buy it, I need to tell you, because we're going to put it live at 8 o'clock, and we're not doing another live until next Friday, so I can't warn you in advance. I'm warning you now that if you're going to buy it, be prepared to put some work into learning it, because it's quite a few little moves you have to get ready to do it, and it can be a bit awkward. So there we go. Are you alright to do a quick demo of Deep Clear now?
I mean, we can try. Have you explained how long I've had this? I've had this about 2 minutes.
Yeah. What's the word you asked? I can't remember. I have to make it back on my Okay, so right. Okay, so okay.
So I've never done this trick ever.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Right. All right. So we got this, and we had about what, 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't actually looked at it yet, Dave.
20 minutes, half an hour of working out what to do with it, and because we didn't do it, Dean was going to ask me a word, and I was going to say the word, because it would have been quicker and easier to do that. But if we do that,
let's be fair. I haven't actually performed this trick ever.
So if we show you, we don't want to give anything away either. But again, it's one of those things we haven't had time to learn or do too much with it. So let's give it a go now.
I haven't watched the instructions as well, so
for the,
I don't know how. I don't even know. I haven't seen the trailer.
For the ease sake, we're going to go with the pre-organised word that Dean has asked me for, because it's quicker and easier to find and work out and do. Because we don't want to make it look too awkward because we haven't practiced it because it's live. There we go. So
it's a card trick.
I hope you guys can see you right
there. Here we go. I'm going to show you the trick. I'm actually going to split the deck in half. Dave, take the deck for me, please.
Just very quickly, this is the one, by the way, that Otto was asking about. The apparently you think of any word and it comes in a wallet, but just so you know. Right, so
what I'm actually going to ask you to do is think of a word.
Okay.
I want you to think of a short word, maybe like go with a 4-letter word.
Okay, a completely random word.
And make sure, I want to say this, make sure that each letter in the word is different. Okay, don't go for something like book. As in the trailer.
The trailer is to think of a word, but what they don't tell you in the trailer is you only have 26 letters, so you must think of a word that doesn't have a repeating letter.
I'm also going to say, Dave was going to say sand. I'm confident I can do this. Go with any word that you want.
So right, we've pre-organised the word sand. How about we ask somebody else to give us a 4-letter word
with different letters.
So not anything with a repeating letter.
But while someone's doing that, the first person who says it, I will take that word. Dave, take a card, show it to the camera. I don't want to see it, so I don't want to look, so I'll turn this way. Show the camera so they see it.
I want to make sure they can see that because it's low resolution on live. There's a delay, so to bear with me while the delay comes. Right, so we've got a couple of words. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Right, so that works. Yep.
Slide it back in there. Just slide it somewhere near the middle for me. Just slide it back in. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. Yep, done.
Right, now I'm going to try and determine what that card is just by having a look at the backs of the cards.
Right.
And trying to see, I'm going to make this up, by seeing your fingerprint on the back of the card.
Okay, right, we've had several words come in, but everyone, first one was Andy, so Andy's the one we're going to do, but thanks to everyone else who gave a word, but the word that Andy wants, do you want it now?
Yeah.
It's sink, S-I-N-K, sink.
Ooh, okay. Sink, right. I'm trying to, well, we'll come back to sink in a minute. First of all, I'm just trying to work out something here. I'm just trying to find your card.
This once you practice this, unlike Dean,
I've never done it before.
It'll be a little bit. I know, yeah, it'll be a little quicker. Well, not even. Yeah, it's not a case of he's even practiced. He's not done it at all. This is literally the second time you've attempted it.
Didn't make the gimmick either, so.
You didn't make the gimmick. Oh yeah, that can. Yeah,
that's Mike.
Yeah. So Mike had a quick play around with it. There's yeah.
So right, here we go. Just by looking through the backs of these cards, I think I can determine, just by fingerprint alone, that you chose this card, which is the 2 of clubs.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, that is the one.
Brilliant. The 2 of clubs. Perfect. And that's it. So from then on in, that's phase 1 of the trick. So you can take them, you can put them back in the card box, and then this is the really, really impressive part. We'll go back to the What's the trick? So you said
the word I thought of, sink.
You said sink, right?
Yeah.
So you said sink. You thought of sink. Actually, you placed the wallet down in front of them before the trick began, and there is a playing card with an exclamation mark on the back. But there's not just one card in this wallet. If I actually go through, there's actually a few cards. If I take them out all the way like this, we actually have a few. So we have a few on there. So I'm going to hold it up. So we have the first letter, which is K, I, N, and S. That is sink, like that. So S-I-N-K. It's all right, isn't it?
That's all right. Yeah.
There you go. It's a bit of a convoluted method to try and get to that
So
final part there.
I'm guessing you do have to make all the words yourself. So you have got to do a little bit of art and crafty, as in you've got to write 26 letters out.
Yeah.
Why can't you do it with 5 letters?
You can.
Oh, you can? Okay, you can do it with 5
You
letters.
can do it with as many as you want, but you don't want them to repeat the letters. So they say go with a 4-letter word, because trying to think of a 5-letter word with all different letters is much more difficult than a 4-letter word. But I was speaking to Mike about this. I've never performed this before. If I was doing this, I would just add a few more, because they're regular ungimmicked cards here, red cards. I would just add double vowels. I'd add 2 O's, E's, A's. U's, you're not going to get U's. So if someone says book, or if someone says, I don't know, feel, or something like that, then you can do that too. So there's no reason why you can't add more letters into it, and maybe think of.
What about using like a Phoenix double decker and then having 100,
Yeah.
104 cards?
Yeah. So there's one gimmick here, which is now in the wallet. I'm going to say that. So it was in the deck and it got transferred into the wallet, and that is one card which can be transferred to any poker-sized deck.
And it's a gimmick card, yeah?
It's a gimmick card.
It's a gimmick
so you
card,
have to
yeah.
have that card to do it. Have you seen the gimmick yet?
Yeah. So that's deep clear. So it's not quite as clean as they make out in the trailer, but it's not as bad as I first thought it was. Because I was under the impression you can just say think of a word, and then instantly you come up and boom, there's the word. But it's not quite
it's
clean.
still powerful.
There's a bit of a bit of stuff going on, but yeah, it's still powerful. So yeah, that's deep clear.
If you practice it and come up with a entertaining routine, I reckon that. Have I got to open that?
Jason's dying to know what's inside the box.
Why are you backing away?
Dean knows I'm going to play a practical joke on him at some point, so
Are we doing it now?
yeah, go for it. Go and open the box.
Why are you backing away? It's not like you to back away from anything. So. The thing is, this could be anything. You could literally, as it's open, something's going to spring out, or something's going to set off. It's under a pressure or something, isn't it? I'm really not looking forward to this. What are you doing? It's gonna be right. It's gonna be fine. Okay, right. Okay, that's a key.
That's it. Just a key. And a heavy box. Sometimes the fun is in the guessing. I was just going to show you the Easy Bend keys again, that was all. But it was just more fun to wind Dean up. He's going to wait to have a heart attack.
What happened is, earlier you were playing with some, what was it, potassium
permanganate,
and you were making
and
all
sugar
these
and glycerin, and I was making fire and automated fire and bombs
like
and
these
smoke and
chemical reactions. And then I'm thinking, well, what's going to happen in the live? I'm going to open a box, something's going to fizz, and it's going to like blow up in my face.
sometimes it's more fun just watching you squirm. There you go. So yeah, all it is a couple of keys, but I was going to show you my Easy Bend key routine because it's just a nice one to do. So Dean?
Sorry.
Take a key, Dean. Give it a bend. Really bend. Really good bend. Really bend it in half. Really.
Can't.
You can't bend it?
Can't bend it, no.
Come here. Dean, I'm going to give you the power to bend. Boom. You now have the power to bend. Take the key. And bend the key. Ooh, stop. Power's gone. You're weak again. Try and bend it back.
You can't bend it back.
There you go. Simple. Easy bend keys. And all you need is a no bend key and an easy bend key. And all I do is I have the easy bend key in my hand here. I have a no bend and I say to Dean, can you bend the key for me? Now the reason I'm standing this side when I usually stand this side is because I'm going to ditch that key in my pocket. So our key's here, the no bend key. I'm going to say, Dean, I'm going to give you the power to bend the key. All I'm doing, I'm going to give you the power to bend the key. I've just put it in my pocket. Now I've given them the easy bend key, which you can bend really easily. I bend the key, and once it hits 90 degrees, I go stop there. Because once it hits 90 degrees, you can't bend them back. So I now say the power's gone, bend it back.
You can't.
And you can't bend it back. There you go. So for those who ask for something like an oldie, it's kind of an oldie. It's been out about a year and a half. So there we are. There's a little trick for you. There we are. Not quite an oldie. We'll find an oldie for you. We'll try and do it when I'm back from Vegas. I'll find a real oldie for something kind of 40, 50 years old and see if I can bring that back to life and impress you all with it. There you go. Right.
They didn't want to comment on the.
Where are we? We need to go up a bit, I think. Oh, there's the words. There's sync. So after what's this one here? Max Gibson. Hello, Max. Max is with us every week without fail. How on earth do you justify Deep Clear Wallet? It's just screaming magic prop.
Your business card holder.
What is a chop cup? That screams magic prop. So yeah, it does. You can say it's a business card holder. If you use a Plus wallet.
Well, the thing is,
if you use a Plus wallet and you use an ID case, you use one of those in it. You can always switch it out for that.
Justify at the end. You say this is a wallet where I've kept 5 playing cards in, which has prediction on.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's all built into the routine.
Here's my very ordinary, not magic wallet that has got some playing cards inside it. There you go. Right. I say there you go a lot, don't I?
Gary's just been on the BBC Radio Cambridge and he gave us a plug. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Gary. A shame I couldn't listen to that. Excellent. Really inundated with inquiries now.
Can you do it with 28 letters of the alphabet? Yeah, you can do it with as many letters as you want.
Yeah, so, just add a few extra cards.
I would personally do it with double vowels.
Yeah, no one's going to notice, Mikkel, if you have an extra 3-4 cards in it. It's no problem at all. Chris says, read that Paul added a new version to his tutorial that allowed words with repeated letters.
Or like I was saying.
Is that what it is, or is there a new version of it?
It's not new, it's come out last week, so... What,
the new version?
Well, no, this trick.
No, I think there's an add-on.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's an add-on. Like, so when you buy it, you get a link to the instruction page. You've got the normal instructions, excuse me, and when they add extra tutorials, like this one's an extra one, it'll just be another video underneath. So there's 2 videos. You watch the main video, the main instruction video, then you click on lower down to see an additional video with additional works on it, and that's what's come out. I think we had an email from Murphy saying there was one on there.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's not something extra you buy as an extra. You get it automatically when you buy it as part of the instructions on the link page. So right, okay, who's next?
So Gary says, any idea what the difference between Rubik's Dream 360 and Venom Cube is? So do you want me to explain that?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Well, can I show you 360?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, show 360, and if you want to do a demo of Venom Cube, you guys, alright, do you need a hand or anything? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so one is Venom Cube is a matching Rubik's Cube effect where you can match your cube which your spectator mix up, which I'll show you in a minute. This one here is a very, very clever bit. Can I show you like that, yeah?
Yeah.
A very clever bit of kit. This is a 360 degrees Rubik's Cube shell.
Just to clear things up, it doesn't come black, you do get stickers.
You get stickers with it too.
You put them on yourself, be very careful.
So there's loads of routines you can do with this. You can do a basic routine which is doing a solve in a paper bag. It's really, really strong. Or you can do a matching effect with this too. So there are similarities. You can put this in a paper bag, pretend you're mixing it back up, or put the spectators in and you can match it with another cube. But then you need a few cubes in place, so it gets a bit more complicated. But this is the... I'll show it again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What the hell? If we get in trouble, we get in trouble.
So a regular cube inside. No, actually, I think it's a magnetic cube. You've got magnets here, so that when it goes in the shell, so it goes in just like this, you slot it into the shell, pop this on top. You there you go. You get the cube which is completely locked, and you can also rotate it too. So when you're pretending to solve it when it's coming out of the bag, like this, you put it in. So you put it in the bag, put it in there, and as you're doing it one-handedly, you're coming out and you're still solving it in one hand. Yeah. So it looks like you're doing it one hand.
Only that one part that moves at the top.
Only the one part, yeah.
Just looking as well, because if you don't get these stickers on straight, you've got to pull it off and you ruin the sticker, you could be in trouble. But they are good enough to provide you with 2 sets of each sticker. So if you do get it wrong putting them on, then you can you've got more on there. A little tip as well, when we make the clear cube, you have a shell on that, you put stickers on, and it was notoriously difficult to try and get the stickers lined up. So if you are putting stickers onto a Rubik's Cube, get yourself a little knife or a blade, take them off, put them on there and hold them with your finger, place them down like that. That allows you to line it up perfectly, and when you've got it lined up where you want it, then just press down with your finger and remove the knife. So that's the best way of getting a sticker on a Rubik's Cube, because they can be a bit fiddly if you've not done it before. Are you ready to do Venom Cube?
Yeah, here we go.
So here we are, a quick demonstration of Venom Cube for you.
One of my absolute favourite tricks at the moment.
Brilliant, brilliant trick, brilliant.
Probably one of the best releases of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Amongst some of the best tricks of all time, I would say.
Yeah.
Other than Ring Fight Revolution.
Here we go. So 2 cubes. Dave, I'm going to get you to take this cube, please. Give it a mix up. I want you to mix this cube behind your back or away from my sight. I'm going to do the same so that we have no idea what.
Come on, watch, guys. Come on, watch. Come on, watch. Not you on the camera, the guys behind the camera, the customers in the shop. Come on, watch. In fact, tell you what, come, you have a go at this. You take that.
Give it a quick mix.
Yeah, you come have a go. Yeah, come on over. Come on over.
What's your name, mate?
Do you want to be on camera?
I don't mind.
Yeah, come on around here. We got, how many? 14 million people watching at the moment. So there we are. You're famous 14 million people. Put it behind your back.
Give it a quick mix for me. Can you solve a Rubik's Cube?
No.
Okay, right, that's good. I've recently been learning how to solve one, so hopefully we're going to do something pretty impressive with both of these. Whenever you're done, bring it back out in front of you. Whenever you're done.
Yeah.
Ready? Bring it back out in front. Great, thank you so much. Right, I'm going to show you something with this. I think you've mixed this really well. In fact, I think you've done this absolutely perfectly. Ready? You can actually see one of these sides of the Rubik's Cube as a complete
Let me go around and get the
match.
camera.
Ready? Not just one side, but actually the second side of the cube is a complete match to the one that I was watching over there, mixing over there. The third side, the fourth side, all 5 and 6 sides of the cube are a complete match. Pretty good, right?
That's really good.
And yeah, so that's the first effect of the cube solve.
You're going to do the solve.
Yeah, so as I said, when I was recently learning how to solve the cube, so I'm going to try and do this, but I'm going to try and do it without looking at the cube. So I'm going to place it behind my back, and I'm also going to try and do it only in one hand, so it'll be even more impossible for me. So the cube that you mix, I'm going to try and give it a quick mix. Ready? We'll go now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 seconds. There you go. Boom.
There you go.
You can solve it too.
And Dean, be honest here, can you actually solve a Rubik's Cube for real?
No, I can solve it with an app, but there you go.
There you go. Thank you, my friend. There you go.
Thanks, mate.
Right.
That's good. I haven't done that in a while.
Scott Perry says, just joined live, can you start again? Yeah, no problem, Scott. Hello, good afternoon and welcome everybody to the Friday PropDog Live. We're going to start everything from scratch all over again, just as Scott.
You didn't start this week, did you? You didn't start it this week.
Oh, good point. I didn't actually start this week. Scott, go back and watch it for the beginning. I didn't start it. We had some customers who just took over the shop. Yeah, at knife point. At knife point, Scott. They were there at knife point. They threatened us. They took over the video. Right, what have we missed?
Can you make
Mark, hello mate. Waddington, that is.
Can you make a rubber shell? I'm not sure what the rubber shell's for.
What, a rubber seashell? A rubber shell. I presume you make a rubber. What do you mean, a rubber shell for the Rubik's Cube? If so, no. Well, we could mould it, but yeah, it wouldn't be very good.
Jason Dix, what's the reset time for Venom Cube?
Hello, Jason.
Do you want to time me? I'll go over there.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Not fair to do it
right, here we go. Hang on, let me pull the stopwatch up.
Right, ready? You want to tell me when?
Oh, that's timer. Hang on. I never used a stopwatch. Where is it? There it is. 3, 2, 1, go. Anyway, how are you, Jason? 5 seconds. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. 15 seconds, Jason. There you are. That's not long at all.
Yep, reset, good to go.
You can do that while walking away from the table, really, can't you? So
yeah,
that's not too bad. That camera's wonky, isn't it? Right, any more questions?
Any more questions? At the moment, doesn't look like it. No. Did you answer the ones on the previous post?
Yes, I did. Yeah. You mean the one we did before the
live started today?
Yeah, they're all answered.
How hard is Venom Cube to learn? I'd say it's fairly easy. Henry's a really good teacher on his videos. He gives you a lot of content, multiple different ways to solve the cube. At the end, that was just one of the ways you can solve it. Actually, no, I'll point out it's not a way that you can solve it. That's from a different product. That's called the Rubicon Solve. Greg Wilson's Rubicon, but he teaches you good ways to do it. And it's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. It's a good, fairly easy trick to do.
Right, well guys, we've done an hour and a half so far, so now would be a good time to wrap up. I don't think there's any more questions anyway, is there? Thanks to the custom size Matt. Oh, you're most welcome, Tony. My pleasure, and apologies for the original one being sent out, but as I said, please feel free to keep that as a little gift from us for messing up your order. Right, okay, so I think that is all. Right guys, if we did miss any questions, I do apologise. Either ask them again next week or email them in and we can ask them there. Oh, wait on, one more from Ottar, because Ottar is always good when he talks about explosives, because Ottar is very much like me, he's a pyromaniac. Ottar, you and I would have a lovely time together crafting explosive gifts for Dean. Oh, Ottar, yes, we should definitely get our heads together and make something properly explosive for Dean, but there we go. Right, so, oh, hang on, Mark, what's Mark saying? Mark, you know the rules, mate. Just send it to me and I'll sort your ring flight out for you. There's never a problem doing that, buddy. And yeah, that's fine.
Couple more questions.
Okay, go on.
Do you need to solve a cube to perform Venom Cube? No, you don't need to know how to.
Dean cannot solve a cube. There we go. It's handy to have an app on your phone if somebody messes it up and you can't get it back. So yeah, but other than that, you don't need to solve it.
But you should be able to.
You should be. Well, what?
You should know. If you're doing a Rubik's Cube magic, you should be able to solve a cube.
So why can't you solve one? Guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. Hopefully it's not too hot for you, so stay cool. And if you're having a gig, have a good gig. The guys will see you next week. I'm in Vegas, but I'm going to do a live video at Vegas some point just to show you what Magic Live looks like. So yeah, I will see you all then. Thanks again for watching. And now for the awkward point where Dean has to go around and turn the camera off because we've got no one operating it this week.